there does have to be a time when you look around and you say, well, man, I did it. Or, well, man, I'm not where I wanted to be.
Well, guys, if the number 31 is your lucky number, I would go play that today on whatever it is that you play lucky numbers on. I don't know.
They are playing it if they're hearing us talk.
I guess. This is episode 31 of the Tactical Agents podcast. I'm Mike Edwards. This is, with me as always, up to this point, Chris Fisher. Maybe we should call you Christopher.
Up to this point.
Yeah, up to this
Am I getting
point.
Fired?
That's what it's going to be the plot twist in episode 31. This all comes to a crashing end publicly.
Oh.
I wonder what that conversation would be like if we ever just like get completely sick of each other and we're just like, you know what? I'm done with you. I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but
I don't know. We've worked
now you got me
for like
thinking.
10 years, so who knows?
I don't know. It's just like a crusty old marriage at this point. It's like we're just going to stay together for the kids. Can't break up. Who are our kids? Well, they're real estate agents across the country, right? We got about 190 of them right now as part of the 10-7 project, and we got what's like 150 in real estate school right now. So we'll probably cross 300 this year. If you want to join the fun, guys, 107project.com, TEN, the number 7 project.com. We're helping 10,000 heroes take better vacations. If you want to help us on that mission, man, dive in. We're ready to help you start or grow a real estate business. So if you're in the sound of this invitation, go check it out. Let's talk. Let's see how we can help you. We're honored to do that. So thank you. And thank you for the subscriptions, the ratings, the reviews, all the good stuff on the show. We appreciate it. Today, I want to walk through mission, vision, and values. So like, what is the difference between those things? Everybody in corporate America, I don't know where I was. I think I was at like a doctor's office or something before, and I see like their mission statement, and I'm just like, it seems really obvious what your mission is. Like, I don't, what are you trying to do? And it's like, it's
Don't
long and it's flowery, making every patient feel like, I'm like, does anybody actually believe this? Like if I asked a nurse or somebody behind the counter, well, can you tell me what your mission is here? They might be able to point me to the sign, but I don't know that they're going to know it, right?
Right.
And my contention is that for that to matter, for that to not just be a plaque on your wall, it takes some soul searching. I think it takes some time. And it also, I think, gets clarified with experience. Sometimes I don't think we always know exactly what we want when we start out. We might have a general idea, and then we might get there and realize, man, I really, really don't want this. So it can always change. I think the trick is coming up with something that provides longevity, something that is deeply connected to us, right? So I am connected to a real estate coach. I'm not going to say who that is right now, but just know that, we coach people, but we also get coaching and stuff. And there's a little exercise that she had us do answering the question, why do you want it? Like what, you're in a business, for us, it's real estate. And why do you want that business to succeed? That's a really, really important question. We've talked about it on this podcast before, right? You got to find your why, and we've that should color a lot of what we've done. Why do you want it? What a great question. When do you think, Chris, for you ever realized you needed to answer that question in your business?
Well, I think I have to answer that question more often than I'd care to admit, because I can find myself, and I know you're much the same way, I can find myself pulled in different directions because I like new things and I like new challenges. And once I find something, that I find success in it, it no longer has that challenge for me. And it is really, really hard for me to stay motivated to continue doing it. Right. So I think I have to pull on why I'm doing it and why it matters pretty regularly just to keep doing it. Because, you know, we talk in the 10-7 project a lot about burning the boats. I'm a huge fan of burning the boats. I burn boats before they should be burned sometimes. And,
we want you to, not necessarily be arsonists.
Right. So I have to remind myself, like, what it is that matters to me and what brings value to my life and allows me to accomplish my goals and, find fulfillment about, for instance, the real estate business. Like why does it matter to me? Why do I enjoy it? Why do I, do it? And I have to, like I said, I have to remind myself of that pretty frequently. And that happened pretty quick. I mean, it was, I had relatively early success in real estate. And in the beginning, it was really easy to just be like, well, man, I'm making a lot of money. And I was, a cop making $60,000 a year on a good year with overtime. And, going and making, 40, 50 grand in a month is a whole world of difference, for that. Yeah. So it was easy to be okay with it then. But now that I've, that doesn't surprise me anymore. And when it stopped being like that, I had to connect it with something more tangible and more real than just money, and really more valuable than money, because, money's cool, but it's not valuable. Does that make sense? It has no meaning. So.
Yeah. Money, this is sounds like an oversimplification, but money's money. It's like, you can always get more of it. You can always do something to get it. Like money's money. It's really matters. Why do I want the money? And then why do I want it is the starting point. Like that's like the seed of everything that you're going to grow, is understanding, why do I want this? Because otherwise our business too we could end up, especially as real estate agents, we can end up working a job that we just happen to be the boss at. And instead of having a business that serves your life, right? For example, I don't really get all that excited about real estate. Like I don't watch HGTV. I don't like get jazzed about going on house tours, really, that kind of a thing. I'm not a design geek with that stuff. I'm actually would be terrible at laying out a house or picking colors, and I kind of like know what I like when I look at it, but I'm not that person. And some people get into real estate because they do love looking at houses, and they have that vision for that, and they get excited. They really like that, and I'm just not that guy. So my real estate business, I do that for other reasons, but I want the business to serve my life. I want the business to fuel opportunities to be with my family. I want the business to serve me so that I can spend more time doing the things that I love and I believe add value to the world. Like it needs to fuel me. So money is a tool in that respect. It cannot be the end goal. And again, that's not new. If you've listened to our show, we've talked about that before. So why do you want it? And this is where now your why kind of gets expressed in a mission and vision and values. So I want to kind of break down the difference. When it comes to expressing your mission, you're asking, why does this money matter? Why do you want it? And then it's like, why does it matter? Or I guess maybe another way to express is, what are you going to do with it? Right? Like, what are you actually going to accomplish with this? What are you trying to do? And that's where, for us, we said at the beginning of the show, like, we want to help 10,000 heroes take better vacations. That's like a way to encapsulate the idea of giving people that have sacrificed their time, lives for the sake of others, get them some freedom back, get them some fulfillment in their lives. Like, and so that's sort of like a catchphrase, a way to express it, right? Like Nike's like, just do it. Well, it means more than, well, just do it, especially if you're like standing on a 5-story building and somebody says you should jump. I wouldn't live out Nike's theme there. Right. Nike's no longer on my mission statement at that point. But when you break down underneath that, we're helping 10,000 cops, veterans, public safety professionals, and supporters change their lives, right? Through starting and growing a real estate with a complete proven system. So like we take the why, and the mission is to help those 10,000 people. Like that's what we're trying to accomplish. What are we doing with this? Why does it matter? Why does the money matter? Because that's what we're trying to do with it. And that's why mission is so forward for us. So it's not about our broker. It's not about our brand. It's about the mission. That's the flag that we've got to fly. And you need that in your business. You need to know what this is about. And very rarely is, your mission statement, if it's something like to help my clients have the best home buying experience, man, no. Like just crumple that up and put it in go back to the why, and then understand your mission statement doesn't have to be about your real estate business. It's about your life. And then you're saying, how does my real estate business help me fulfill that mission? Help me fulfill and fuel that. And that will allow you probably easier to tap into that when the going gets tough. And you need to be like, okay, I got to keep doing this because it's the mission. And missions, I don't want to get all deep and corny, but I think about like Lord of the Rings and the trip to Mount Doom to get this ring back, right? Like extended versions, we've got like, I don't know how many, 11, 12 hours of film more, of this journey, right? If you read the books, an adventure, a journey, a mission comes with great risk, right? And you've got to overcome obstacles, and you've got to think on your feet, and you're going to have the unexpected, and expect things on a mission that are not a straight line. And so as you do that, when you know why you're doing it and you have that clarity of mission, it helps keep you on the path when it's difficult.
Yeah.
Vision. The question for shaping that is, how will you know when you have arrived? What kind of things will unfold in your life? If you're being effective at mission, how will you know when you've arrived? Right? Like as you envision, literally a picture in your mind. If you sat there and thought, if I am effective and at staying on this mission, what will that look like if it's doing what I think it'll do? And that allows you, and you can think about that in all sorts of areas of your life, but yeah, what would your business look like? Does it look like, man, I can work 4 hours a day and still be effective and make the money that would make me feel comfortable and fulfill me and create the opportunities for me to do X, Y, and Z with my family? There's no limits to this. It's your vision, but I think vision to be effective just needs to be able to tap into your emotions, and it needs to be able to tap into really clear pictures in your head, making a movie of your future life in your head that you can play regularly and review and watch and live into. I don't know. What do you think about that aspect of vision? Yeah,
I mean, I don't really know how to explain it more than that, or expound on it even, because it's such a simple concept. It's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's that old question, right? Mm-hmm. Now, your vision doesn't have to be a 5 year in the future thing, but it's really that simple. It's just, where do you see this going? What do you see it turning into? How do you know when you have done what you set out to do? Mm-hmm. And clearly defining that is is good, because you and I talk a lot about not focusing on results and focusing on the process, and the results will take care of themselves. But there does have to be a time when you look around and you say, well, man, I did it, or, well, man, I'm not where I wanted to be. And having that clearly defined makes it significantly easier to measure what you've done and in relation to what you were trying to do, so that you can make a decision on where you do the next go around, right? Like, you don't review this stuff at the end of your life, right? It's an ongoing thing, so it's kind of like a barometer for how you're doing, I guess.
Yeah, if you believe you never arrive, we're moving in a direction, but we know that there's very rarely ever going to come a point where you kind of like sit on your laurels and do nothing. You don't, in that sense, like life needs to go on until it doesn't anymore for you. And what will that look like? And your vision can change. If you accomplish a mission that you set out to accomplish in life and you reset a new one, the vision changes, it grows. And I think that's the key to vision, is you can have a mission in various dimensions of your life, or it can, at different points in your life, your mission can change, but it will always feed a bigger and growing and compelling vision. It needs to serve the bigger picture. And I think that's really, really important. And then when it comes to values, again, corporate values, does everybody in a business know their corporate values or whatever? Or is that just something that somebody at the top went to a conference and they said, well, all successful businesses have values, and they just write these down? Or are they something truly a core value, something that you're committed to? And a way to come to understand that is asking yourself, what limits do you need to place on your work, and or what do I need to do to protect the integrity of my mission and vision? Like last episode, we talked about fitness, right? So for me, a core value is health and fitness. I phrase it like being the best physical version of myself that I can be, right? That's a value that I need to regularly check myself against. If I build this list of things that I need to do, if I want to grow my business, I need to grow my business with integrity and honesty, right? So I have to always choose the path of integrity and honesty over and against letting things slip by, or deception, or whatever with my clients. So those values are what protect the mission and the vision, right? So for us in our business, like, I don't know that I think we texted back and forth in the last couple of months about
it was
this.
Just like a week ago where we were talking about, it's like, what are our values? We need to establish that.
Yeah, we need to really think through, like, what is it that we're committed to? That would be, I think, a really interesting exercise actually in our project, is just talk about what do people feel that we value the most. Right. And I think that would be really revealing to us, because that will be our values. Whatever people are perceiving, that's what we're projecting. That's what we're really valuing, no matter what we say on paper, no matter what we might put up on the internet. What people really feel from us that are part of the project or coaching or whatever, that's our values. And it's always good to come back and say, am I living that out? And this is where you got to have that tribe of people around you that you can ask, what would you say my values are? And compare that to the list you wrote down of what you think you value, right? Where are those incongruencies? Man, you gotta line that up. And it's never too late to change. It's never too late to adopt a value and live into it and mean it. You can do that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important. I used to think like, I don't really need core values. I just need kind of like a mission and a vision. I don't have to really go through the work of the core values, but you do if you want to attract your ideal client. and if you want to serve your ideal client.
The truth is you have core values, whether you articulate them or not, you know? Mm-hmm. And like you were saying earlier, they're projected to the members of the project. They know what our core values are, even if we don't. So, or what they, you know, perceive them to be. So,
right.
It's not even something you can avoid. It's just, do you want to clarify those values and then take action to ensure that those are the values that you project to other people?
Yeah, I agree. Well, guys, what are your mission, vision, and values? Feel free. Seriously, feel free to drop them in the comments. You can email us if you want, Mike or Chris at 107project.com. And you can check out the project if you are thinking maybe we sound like the kind of people you would want to work with now or in the future. Figure out what we're doing and how you can be a part of it. And I'll try to remember to drop a link to our book, The Tactical Agents. If you want to get that on Amazon, you can pay for it. If you sign up and connect to us through the 107 Project, we usually give that away for free anyway as a digital download. So it's probably also in the links on past episodes, a free download. Sometimes the links break and files get moved. So if you run into the problem, let me know. We'll hook you up.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you for episode 32. Don't be late.